Robin entering Nolan's Batverse may seem like a challenge, but it really isn't. We'll start with Dick Grayson's Robin for continuity purposes. Dick Grayson should be in his mid to late teens. This is just an overall story, which could be the backbone to the movie, just like Dent's fall from grace was the overall story in The Dark Knight. Dick Grayson's parents are killed by Tony Zuko because the circus owner wouldn't pay them protection money. Bruce Wayne is at the circus that night to keep up his public appearances. As soon as Dick's parents die, Bruce is taken back to his parents' deaths. Dick overhears Zuko talk to the owner, saying that as soon as the owner pays the protection money, no more accidents will happen. Batman is listening in as well as he decides to investigate the death. Dick tries to call the police, but Batman stops Dick and warns him that Zuko has some cops on his payroll. Batman wants to take down Zuko just as much as Dick does because, to Bruce, Zuko is Joe Chill, and this Joe Chill is still alive. Alfred convinces Bruce to adopt Dick because Dick needs someone to help him through his parents' deaths, just as Alfred did for Bruce. Dick still feels alone as Bruce is hunting down Zuko and isn't spending any time with his adopted son. Alfred feels sorry for Dick. Dick does, however, become friends with Barbara Gordon at Dick's new school. Barbara Gordon is the commissioner's daughter. Dick one day decides to follow Bruce and finds Bruce's Batcave. Bruce then has to explain that his parents were killed too, and that he will find Zuko and bring him to justice. Dick gets angry because Zuko is supposed to be his to bring to justice. Dick runs away and heads to the Wayne Tech Division, where he steals some new prototype suit and gadgets from Lucius Fox, who lets him in only because he is Bruce's adopted son. Dick then runs away from the Wayne Tech Division and hides out at Bruce's old Batcave from The Dark Knight. Dick bases his suit on Robin Hood, since his parents used to read it to him when he was young. Bruce and Alfred look for Dick while dealing with the other subplots of the movie. Dick goes out looking for Zuko. Eventually, Batman finds Zuko right after Robin finds him. Robin threatens to kill him, but says that it wouldn't be justice. Batman is surprised that Dick knew on his own not to kill Zuko, unlike how Bruce wanted to kill Joe Chill and needed Rachel Dawes to tell him that killing him would be wrong, as seen in Batman Begins. Batman tells him that he shouldn't put himself in danger and that he should hang up his cape. Dick tells him that this is what he wants. He wants to prevent what happened to him from happening to anyone else. And Bruce sees Dick as a reflection of Bruce when Bruce started his training. Bruce realizes that Dick will go out and fight with or without Batman, and that Dick would have a better chance of surviving with Batman. So Batman decides to train him just as Ra's al Ghul trained Bruce.
In the next film, Batman and Robin work together to fight the villains in the film. Commissioner Gordon would be in some kind of trouble, and Barbara Gordon would find her own way of finding her father's Batgirl, even after Batman doesn't allow her to help him. Barbara uses a costume she makes with Kevlar from her father's police bulletproof vest. She would eventually help Batman and Robin save her father, and doesn't give up her cape and cowl. Although Batman disapproves, Robin supplies Batgirl with armor similar to his, and Batman's, as well as some other useful gadgets. In the film after that, Dick would go to college, and Bruce would take in another troubled youth, named Jason Todd, who tried to steal the tires off his Batmobile. Bruce believes that he could prevent him from becoming another Joe Chill. Bruce decides to stop crime at the source by helping the unfortunate. Batman and Batgirl go out to fight the main villains in the movie, while Jason steals Dick's Robin suit, which he finds after trying to steal something from Dick Grayson's currently unused room. Jason goes to find the Joker, who he thinks has his real mom captured after receiving a letter from her, and then getting a letter from the Joker claiming such. Batman learns this and tries to stop Jason. Joker beats Jason and an explosion occurs. Batman arrives to find Joker, but instead he finds the building exploded and a body wearing the costume Jason was wearing. Next to it, the body of Jason's mother. Batman now wants to kill the Joker. Then in the next film, Bruce wants Dick and Barbara to hang up their capes. Barbara refuses and Dick is angered and leaves. Bruce thinks it was a mistake to have anyone else do this job with him. Barbara continues her Batgirl patrols without Batman's permission. Batman doesn't threaten to tell her father, Commissioner Gordon, because then his identity would be compromised as well. Alfred thinks Bruce is being too harsh and tries to help Dick, who is left town, by telling him a story about a hero called Nightwing. Dick decides to travel the world, like Bruce, and become his own hero. Alfred funds Dick's trip. A boy named Tim Drake has realized Batman is Bruce Wayne and Robin was Dick Grayson. Nightwing can have a spin-off movie explaining his travels and his training, as well as his establishment as Nightwing, the new hero in Gotham. In the next Batman movie, Batman will start becoming more vicious and start coming closer to crossing the line, and becoming what he hunts, because no one's there to tell him what's wrong. Meanwhile, Batgirl and Nightwing reconnect. Tim Drake starts seeing how Batman's becoming darker and darker. Tim then decides that he should try to convince Dick Grayson to become Robin again, because Tim believes Robin prevents Batman from going over the edge. Dick disagrees and tells Tim to go home, but Barbara convinces Dick to help Batman. Dick then states that he will work with Batman, but he's going to do it his own way. Batman and Nightwing work together, after Tim explains to them that Batman needs a Robin. Batman and Nightwing end up falling into a trap and getting captured, because they no longer work together smoothly as they did before. Batgirl goes out to help them. Tim finds a clue Batman and Nightwing missed, and then gets the old Robin suit with Alfred's permission. Alfred helps because he believes him when he says Batman does need a Robin. Tim as Robin would convince Batman not to kill, proving that Batman needs a Robin to keep his humanity and balance his power, because power corrupts even Batman.
The next film would be the return of Jason Todd. It turns out that the Joker did not kill Jason. The body Batman found was not really Jason, but instead it was the body of someone the Joker had already killed and dressed up as Jason to fool Batman. To Joker, killing Jason would have been according to plan, but having Jason, as Joker puts it, come back from the dead, then chaos reigns in Batman's life. Jason returns with a new identity, Red Hood. Jason tries to find Joker and kill him, but he also wants revenge against Bruce for leaving him with the Joker and not looking for him. Joker left Jason tied up somewhere no one can find him, and Jason took this time to come up with a way to kill Joker, until he realized Batman is not even looking for him. Then he decided he would get revenge against Bruce as well. Jason, as Red Hood, returns to Gotham as a ruthless vigilante and discovers that Bruce already replaced Jason with Tim, and then Jason goes after Tim. Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Robin would have to deal with Red Hood, saving Joker, and dealing with whatever subplots are within the movie. One of the subplots would deal with a girl named Cassandra Cain and her father, the assassin, David Cain. Cassandra can't speak because her father never taught her how to speak. He only taught her how to fight. She would be around Tim's age and would run away from her father. She would end up saving Batgirl from the Joker, who would cause Batgirl to be temporarily paralyzed, which leaves room for Barbara to not be the token crippled character of the DC Universe. Barbara then allows Cassandra to become Batgirl, using a new prototype suit similar to Cassandra's comic costume. And this would mean in 6 films, the main members of the Batfamily would be introduced. From there, you could go into movies that could be closer to the comics. And if they filmed 2 movies back to back, and released 2 a year, one in the beginning of the year and one near the end of the year, then in 3 years the whole Batfamily would be established and they would all be just as dark as Batman Begins and A Dark Knight.
Nolan is wrong when he says that Robin is too young to be in this series, because he was introduced a year after Batman was introduced. Robin was introduced before Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Scarecrow, and all the other villains in Batman universe. Heck, Robin was introduced before Alfred, so Nolan's wrong. Bale said that he threatened not to work in the Batman series anymore if Robin was introduced. And you know what? He obviously knows next to nothing about Batman. And if he doesn't want to work anymore, then, as much as I like Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne, they could fire him and find someone else who's more dedicated to the role of Batman. Batman's surrogate family is the Batfamily. It's the family that keeps him in check and sane. Gotham makes people in it change, and not only Bruce is affected by Gotham, his enemies as well as Dick, Barbara, Jason, Tim, and Cassandra are also affected by Gotham. Nolan was already heading in a good direction with the copycat Batman and The Dark Knight. So why not just leave to the Batfamily? And how they will be the ones to continue Batman's legacy if Batman were to die. And Robin haters? Batman exists now only because Robin's introduction boosted the dropping sales of Batman and Detective Comics. Also, Robin wasn't always and no longer is the holy this and holy that Batman. Robin went through the phase with Batman because of World War II and DC Comics. So do you hate Batman because he was once just as campy? Robin is just as dark and awesome as Batman. Batman fan, then pick up a damn comic once in a while and see that his family doesn't have any camp.